Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Football Fignuts podcast. This is Season 4, Episode 15, and if you've counted all 4 seasons, that's 165 episodes. I'm Craig.
I'm Sinch.
And Sinch is here. It is not Britt. Surprise. Britt is taking the week off for his wife's birthday. Or, actually, her birthday was today, but he's just, they're just taking the week off, because, you know what? Why not? They deserve it. Sinch, how are you?
Nobody wants to work anyway. You might as well take the week off.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? If you got the time to take off, you really can't go anywhere. You might as well just use it, right? I would. So, how are you?
Things are going great,
Good.
Except for the fact that Britt beat me with a Metcalf touchdown on the last play of the game. I think it was 189 to 182.
Yep.
That's a tough beat.
Yeah, and was that our home league or the Dynasty League?
Yeah. Oh, well, thanks to FanDuel. I don't know what's going on with them. Our Dynasty League, there still are no scores for Sunday's games. So I still don't know if we won or lost or what happened.
Oh, good. Yeah.
I've sent so many messages, and they've pretty much said, yeah, we know. It sucks. We'll get back to you.
Yeah, a lot of money on the line there for people. FanDuel sent me a voucher to go into some big $3 million tournament, but I think they sent it to everyone, so I have no idea how many people are going to be in this tournament. So we'll see.
Mm-hmm.
But in our home league, I was actually down by 15-ish points against Sean, and Alvin Kamara saved the day. I won by 4. So there, Sean.
Good job.
Thanks. And you know what? It had nothing to do with defensive scoring. His defense actually outscored mine, so I don't want to hear it. But you know what? Let's start where we usually do. What are you drinking, if anything?
Well, I started before you said let's start.
Oh, good.
So I have Ritt's favorite, a Roadsmary's Baby.
Nice.
This is my first one of the year.
Oh.
So I don't know. I guess I'm late to the
that's
the
okay.
Roadsmary party.
It's still,
it's October.
It's the middle of October. It is prime pumpkin season. What do you think of this year's batch?
It's good. Tastes just like how I remembered it.
Good.
Pumpkin, but not too strong. You get the I don't really get cinnamon so much. I get a lot of nutmeg taste.
Yeah, when I tried it, I got a lot of like rum and vanilla kind of thing.
Was that the other baby or the?
No, that was that one.
Baby?
But actually, see, it's funny you have that because in front of me, I have a can of Roadsmary's Other Baby that I have.
I didn't think they sold cans.
See,
I thought you just had to go there and get it.
Well, you only can get it at the brewery, but originally they were only in craft bottles or on tap. But they changed the craft bottle to, and I don't know, you know what? They changed the craft bottle to 2-packs of 2-pack cans, which for some reason bothers me, but the craft bottle doesn't, and I don't know why, because I think it's almost the same amount of beer and the same price. But I don't know, the 2-pack of cans, I don't know, it bothers me. I don't know why.
Okay. I know why. Because you shouldn't be limited to only getting 2 cans.
That's right.
And if you go to a store, a lot of stores say you can only buy 2 of them.
Wow.
That's just crazy.
You open this up, it smells like rum, and I'm all on board on that.
Is that like a 10%?
This is 8.7.
Okay.
I actually do have a 10% pumpkin beer in the fridge, though. It's like 10.2. Wow, Britt's right. This changes flavors after you drink it. It's really rum on the nose, and then it's like a subtle pumpkin, and then there's some vanilla. This is actually pretty damn good.
Those are all good things.
They are. But you know what's weird? One of the cans I got deflated. It made me kind of sad. I don't think it's good.
How'd that happen?
I don't know. It was in my fridge. I went to take a beer out, and I grabbed the 2-pack, and I had both cans in my hand, and one of the cans was like squishy. compared to the other one. It was very strange.
Bring it back.
Damn it, I
Shake
should.
it in their face and say, I want a bottle.
Or at least give me a glass of it. You know?
No further explanation. Just, I want a bottle.
All right, so moving on to burning hot takes. Would you like to give or receive, sir?
I will give.
All right, go for it.
The entire football community feels sad for Dak Prescott. Everyone hopes he gets better. Mm-hmm. Even if you don't like him, you hope he gets better.
Yeah, that was a rough
but
injury.
Now, that leaves us with a lot of fantasy receivers on that team, a running back on that team, and a big question mark with the quarterback. So no one knows him better than you. What should we expect from Andy Dalton and for the rest of the season from the receivers, tight end, and running back of the Cowboys?
Well, Andy, I think with Andy, you know what you get with him. He's not a flashy quarterback. He's not going to be like, Lamar or Joe Burrow running around or Mahomes flinging it sideways. He's definitely more of a game manager. If people are open, he's going to hit them for passes. Is he going to throw for 500 yards? Probably not. Is he going to throw between like 270 and 320? Yes. Is he going to throw at least one interception a game or every other week? Yes, because he does tend to force some passes. But the thing is, he was on the Bengals. Their offensive line, as I have told everyone, is complete horrible garbage. There, I said it. It's awful. Okay, it's just awful.
Wait.
Yeah.
They don't have an offensive line.
Exactly. So I'm actually really interested to see how he performs not being rushed constantly. And having more than 2 seconds to throw the ball.
I guess what I'm asking is, if you have Cooper, if you have Lamb, if you have Galloway, if you have Schultz, if you have Zeke, are you taking down their average points per game by 3 or 4 or 5 points?
Maybe only like in the next week or two, only because, I don't know what his repertoire is with them. I think Zeke's usage might actually go up just to use as like a safety net. And maybe with Schultz, Lamb is really talented, so he's going to get open. Amari Cooper, yeah, he's going to catch. I'm not the biggest Amari Cooper fan in general. But, yeah, I think in the next 2 weeks, you probably have to just, see who else you have on your bench, like just in case, and definitely look at the matchup.
Well, he's got an extra day to get ready because they are the Monday night game against the Cardinals.
Oh, well, see, there you go.
We'll all get to
We will, maybe. Hopefully. Hopefully.
If it's still there.
If it's still there, that is true. So for me, this is actually regarding your quarterback. Your quarterback is officially back this week, and I think he's going to play. He might play. Are you concerned about his health the rest of the season the way I was in the offseason with Zeke getting COVID? Like, do you think this is going to affect Cam at all? Because everyone's different, so
Well, I'll tell you what I'm concerned about is that the incubation period is at least 14 days.
Right.
So every day I wake up, I'm checking to see, I care about
from
my
week
team.
3. Yeah.
I care about the Patriots, so I want to see, did anyone test positive in yesterday's round? And so far, knock on wood, when we're recording now, It's limited to 3 players. Cam had no symptoms, so hopefully he's one of those people that had it, never felt anything, and he won't be affected at all.
Mm-hmm. So
I hope everyone is doing well.
Right. So you're really the biggest concern is who's going to get it in a week, or who's going to have a positive test in a week.
No, that's the thing. You could go a day or two and nobody tested. Everyone's negative.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next day, 3 more guys. And then the day after that, 1 more guy. And that's what happened with Tennessee, where every day it seemed like one more person was testing positive. And then they came out and they took it out on the Bills and beat the snot out of them. So I don't know.
That is true. That is very,
I'm
very true.
cautiously optimistic.
All right.
That everyone will be okay, because the NFL is going to ram this season down everyone's throats, whether they like it or not. So
and
I just hope everyone will be okay.
Did you hear that they're actually going to do, what do you call it, like a testing every day and increase their safety protocols somehow, other than testing every day?
Well,
and they're going to test before games.
The NFL has more money than there is on the planet. So, I mean, there's no reason they can't do it every single day. They could do it twice a day.
That's true.
The only problem now is you're going to have game day positives that, remember, the Jets had a false positive. I think that was last weekend, Friday to Saturday. You might have a game day false positive where a Mahomes or a Lamar or someone like that is going to miss the game, and then you're going to find out on Monday, nope, they're okay. It was just a false positive. Everyone's fine. So, but you know what? Everything that happens this year, this is the COVID season. You just got to kind of shrug and keep going forward, and that's all we could do.
Put an asterisk near it, I guess.
Can you imagine all of the highlights that you see this year? In 10 years, you're going to see these stadiums empty and guys making great plays, and just the empty stadium. It's going to look bizarre. It's going to look like the fans just gave up.
Yep. It's weird. I was going through my phone looking at pictures from like March, April, with there's nothing on shelves in Stop and Shop. Parking, like the mall parking lot is empty. It's weird. It's very weird.
Yep. If someone out there has kids that are young, when they're older, you could try and tell them about that, but they know everything, so they're not going to listen to you. So don't bother.
Exactly. And Sinch is a dad. He knows that. So, yeah.
Yeah, get a dog.
He also has a dog.
Dog's better than the kids. Moving on.
Do you have another question for me, or should we go to America's favorite game?
Yeah, my next question is, when can we start America's favorite game?
Right now. Okay, so this week, Sinch is playing. I'm asking the questions. I'm going to play the host. So this week we have, let me see and double count this here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, 5. We have 5 games that are at 50 and above. As of right now, yeah. As of right now, there are a couple games with no line, so if you pick one of those, we won't count them. Then you get 3 strikes. So whenever you're ready, sir.
Man, I'll tell you, I'm looking over these games, and I don't know. That doesn't. I'll go with the default game. So anytime you're trying to guess the over, go to the Falcons because they have no defense. So Falcons-Vikings, that's my first guess.
That is correct. That is a 55.5. And the Dolphins, the Falcons defense is horrible. I might play some Vikings this week. So that is 1. Yes.
And they might sit out, or no, Gordon's going to play, they said, last I saw.
Oh, yes, Melvin Gordon was arrested, if no one heard that today. For
not Melvin Gordon. Dalvin Cook. I mean.
Dalvin Cook. Wrong team. Wow.
Yeah, I said the wrong name.
Wrong team, wrong name. It's fine. We'll blame COVID.
All right. Here's a good game. I think the Packers-Bucks.
Packers-Bucks. You are correct. That is a 54.
I would play the over on that too. Yeah, the Bucks played Thursday, so they got a couple extra days rest. Packers have been great offensively all year.
They were off this past week, and hopefully Adams comes back.
5 games. Mm-hmm. Well, you always got to go to the Chiefs.
As of right now, that doesn't have a line.
That's the Monday 5 o'clock game.
Yeah,
no Thursday game. this week.
Yeah, that's probably why. That's the weird time slot game. So we won't count that one.
5.
Yeah.
I'll say the Texans-Titans just because of the Titans offense.
That is the other game with no line as of right now.
All right. So there's 5 over 50. There's 2 no lines. Well, let's see. We'll eliminate the Jets-Dolphins because together I don't think they could reach 50. So we'll just take that one right off the board.
Okay.
Man. Well, how about the Cardinals-Cowboys?
Cardinals-Cowboys, that is a 54.5.
Wow. High-scoring game.
Mm-hmm.
Should be a fun game. I hope the Cardinals offense shows up.
Maybe. They might. I hope they do. Cardinals have gotten a lot better last couple seasons.
I'm looking at this slate of games. I'm running out of possible games.
There's one on here that you're probably not going to guess because, yeah.
Is it the Ravens-Eagles?
It is not. The Ravens-Eagles is a 46.5.
Wow, I think the Ravens would score that.
They might. They probably will.
Man, some of these games.
Yeah.
Like the Washington against the Giants game, that could be a good game, but it also could be like 10-9. Whatever that is, play the under. How about the Rams 49ers?
That is correct. That is a 50.
Is it really?
Yeah, that's a 50.
I did not feel good about that one.
As of right now, that is a 50.
Do we have one more now?
Yes.
Sheesh.
And as always, folks, it's Wednesday. These lines can always change.
I don't even know what I guessed already and what I haven't guessed.
You picked the 49ers.
I'll take the
Rams.
Falcons Vikings.
You picked that already.
Boy, I need to phone a friend or something. The Lions and Jags?
You are
Minshew
correct.
Magic?
That is 54.5.
See, you gave that away when you said you're probably not going to get this one.
Yeah. I mean,
all right.
Both of those quarterbacks can easily throw for 340 yards this game, so there might be a lot of scoring. We don't know.
Boy, it's tough taking a Jag player, though.
Yeah, you wouldn't pick up Minshew just to have him on your bench just in case.
Yeah, but he's going to put up games, but it's just if you're talking season long, now you got to guess which game it's going to be. Mm-hmm. Because he'll put up the games where he does nothing.
True,
and then he's on the Jags.
Right, and then he'll have he'll have a game where he has 412 yards and 3 touchdowns. So,
but then he'll have a game where he has 212 yards and 1 touchdown, 3 interceptions.
Yes. Speaking of quarterbacks, really quick, how do you feel about Josh Allen now? He had his one bad game this season. He had good games of 4 last week. This last game, how do you feel? Have your feelings changed?
I've been very negative on him coming into this season. I didn't think he was good because if you can't throw a pass accurately, how are you going to be good? So that's why I was down on him. He's been great this year, except for this past game. But if you look at who they played, I don't know. Could it be that he played the Jets? Could it be that they played the Dolphins, I think, didn't they? The Jets, the Dolphins, the Rams, the Titans. I'm not knocking them because you got to win. You got to beat who's on your schedule.
Right.
But he looked like an MVP against the Jets, and I just wonder who wouldn't look like an MVP playing the Jets. But all that being said, he's been fantastic. I would just say be careful. He was fantastic, but when he plays the Chiefs this week, well, you know what? The Chiefs' defense has looked really bad, so that'll be a really good game. Really good measuring stick for him.
True. That's very true.
If you have him in fantasy, you definitely use him. He's definitely a top 10 quarterback. I just, for me, he's got to prove it. So far, he's proved it. So good for him.
And then yep.
I drink this drink to him.
And also really quick, Le'Veon Bell is gonna need a new home.
I found it hard to drink a drink to a Bill. My bad.
Le'Veon Bell's gonna need a new home soon. You think it's gonna be the Patriots?
No.
No. Why not?
No. Because that's like the only position they're set at. They've got about 5-6 running backs that they use.
So what's
they
one
don't
more?
need them. No, they don't need him. No, he'll go to.
Does he go back to Pittsburgh?
I don't know. I can't remember. Did he burn bridges?
Yeah, remember
he probably did.
He sat out the year, and then he applied at Dairy Queen.
He'll pretty much go anywhere except Pittsburgh. Where could he go?
I don't know. Who needs a running back?
He's not going to sign on and say, I'll be your backup. So he's going to want to go somewhere and start. So that means you got to look at, in the past, a great place for him would be the Raiders, because they would always take
whoever.
The misfits, the guys that no one wanted anymore. They would always go to the Raiders.
Mm-hmm. Though, a lot of teams are doing that 2 running back combo now. So, I don't know.
I think he could still play. I just think he was in a tough spot where he was on the Jets, where they weren't blocking for him. Everyone expected the run. He was just in
Adam Gase.
He was in a place where he could not succeed.
Correct.
You know where he's going to go? He's going to go to the Bengals.
Well, I'll take him.
Why not?
Why not?
That's a football team. He could go
there. It is a football team.
Maybe he'll go to the Redskins. To the Washington Football Club.
They don't have an offensive line, but yeah, he can go there. Oh man.
Well, no, he's going there to play the line.
Oh, okay. Oh, then he definitely they can definitely sign him. Also, too, in news, who do you think is the next coach to go?
Ooh, the next coach. Well, it should be Gase with the Jets.
It should be, but I don't know who's on the Jets who would take his place.
It would be what's his name, the defensive coordinator.
Mumbly Joe.
Greg something?
I'd have to look.
No, the guy. He was the coordinator with the Saints, and he had to miss the whole year. And then he was with Cleveland, and he took over as their head coach, Greg Williams.
There you go. Yes,
he would take over. Boy, who's going to go next? I mean,
it's either Gase or Matt Patricia.
I asked you, is there any chance that anything could go wrong with the Bengals where they would fire their coach?
I mean,
I wouldn't say it's his fault, but I'm saying if they lose enough, would they fire him?
This year, I mean, anything is possible. So maybe if, say, he stays and they go, excuse me, they go, they have a losing record next season, then yes, definitely. But this year,
if it's not Gase,
I don't know.
It should be Gase. Gase should have been fired the day he was hired. It should have been, no, I'm sorry. This was a big misunderstanding.
We didn't mean to mail you this
We thought you
letter.
were applying for the temp job. No, not
sorry.
that coach.
Yeah.
If it's not Gase, it should be Patricia, because he's not a very good coach either.
No, he's had that's the thing about the Lions I don't get. When they fired their last coach, they went 9-7. Matt Patricia hasn't had a winning record since he's been there.
Doesn't that go to show you that winning is not going to be stood for in Detroit? They will not have that. You stop that winning right now.
Damn it. Just stop it. We don't want that here. We have the Tigers. Wait, were the Tigers any good this year?
If you're an NFL team you just need to hire a guy and give him like 6 years, because these teams that have a coach for 2 years and then it's like, well, if you don't make the playoffs now, you're fired. A lot of times it takes more than 3 years.
It does.
So
definitely does. All right. So on that note, we'll move to the metric. And big thanks to Britt for getting the metrics done on his week off. Him and the metric had a little argument this morning, but I think they worked it out, so that's good. All right, so let's start at quarterback, as we usually do. So as comes to no surprise, the metric is still in love with Patrick Mahomes. The thing is,
well, who isn't?
Exactly. The thing is, Patrick Mahomes, if you're playing DraftKings, he's $7,800. So that is a smidge pricey. Actually, it's kind of really pricey. He's the highest. Actually, no, I'm sorry. Josh Allen's the highest priced quarterback by $100. But still, $7,800 is a lot to use on a quarterback. So for me this week, I'm probably going to look at people who are a little more in the value range for quarterback, and probably my two picks. The first should come at no surprise. Ryan Fitzpatrick, the Magic Man. He's $5,900, and he's playing the Jets in Miami. Like, come on, you have to really, really consider that. Another option too would be Kirk Cousins. Because Atlanta's defense
because
is
you
not.
Like that.
That's right. No, because Atlanta's defense is not good. So, who do you like?
Well, it's funny about Fitzpatrick. Is he going to be one of these guys that we've kind of joked about and laughed about for his whole career, that when he's done, you look at his numbers and say, well, he wasn't that bad?
I think so.
It seems like he puts up some great weeks.
He does. It's just his bad weeks are really bad. That's all. I guess. The man's a journeyman. He went to Harvard. He somehow gets these massive contracts. I applaud him.
Okay, well, I like Fitzpatrick a lot. I don't have the metric or DraftKings in front of me to know the prices of guys.
Mm-hmm. But look at the matchups. Who do you like? I'll tell you their price.
Somebody I used this last week,
mm-hmm.
that if he didn't get hurt, Kyle Allen with the football team in Washington. If he didn't get hurt, I was in first place in my tournament. And then he got hurt, and it was like, I'm in second, I'm in eighth, I'm in 10th. Oh, well, that's over. So, yep. He's going against the Giants. Giants don't have much at all on their team. Their defense is not good, and he's a guy that you're going to save a lot of money if you use him. So I would rather use a quarterback like that you could kind of get a 15 or an 18 points with, and then you use your big guys at your receiver and running back position.
Yep. Kyle Allen, if he plays, he is 5,100, so he is definitely on the cheaper end of quarterbacks.
And what was Fitzpatrick?
Fitzpatrick is, let me scroll back up, he's 59.
Okay.
So
I like both of them. And one last guy you could look up just because.
Sure.
What is Cam Newton? Is he even on the board?
Cam Newton. Let me see if he even made it, because he may not have, only because he wasn't cleared to play until not that long ago. He's actually is on the list. He's a little bit down. He is 6,500 currently.
Oh, yeah, way too much for him. Never mind.
All right, so next on the list is running backs. This week at running backs, the metric really loves Derrick Henry, because why not? Because he just shoves people out of his way. Why wouldn't you use him, really?
Well, you're playing the Texans, and their defense stinks.
Their defense is not super. Their team has a new coach. I don't know. I don't think the Texans are going to have a stupendous year. So you could go chalk on Derrick Henry spend the $7,300. I do like Clyde Edwards-Helaire. He's 67, but again, he's playing in that weird.
He's on that Monday. So
Monday
you're not
time.
using Monday.
Yeah. There's always, and who I've liked a lot this year is Mike Davis. I've been very impressed with Mike Davis. Though the other thing too, Mike Davis is $7,000. So
wow,
if you do use, you could definitely use Derrick Henry and Mike Davis, but you're definitely going to have to use value at wide receiver, for example. Who do you like?
You know what? This might be Mike Davis's last week because you've got McCaffrey coming back. What I just saw today is that he's not going to be activated this week, even though he can come off the IR. So you got to figure next week he's back. So if you like Mike Davis, you want to root for him, this is a week to use him. I can't tell you who to use, but I'll tell you, stay away from Kareem Hunt. They're playing the Steelers defense. I wouldn't expect him to get big numbers. If you're a Mixon fan, even though that train is broken down and has rusted wheels, and I've told you guys a million times, but you don't listen. They're playing the Colts, and the Colts have a really good defense. So you might want to leave him on your bench this week. So guys to use, I like, I don't have it in front of me. Damian Harris with the Patriots. He's got to be kind of an inexpensive option. He's started one game in his career, and he's gone over 100 yards against the Chiefs.
Is he even on the list? He is. He is 5,000. So there's definitely a value.
That's a guy to look at right there. Another thing I noticed in my research this week, you think the Ravens are good, right? You think the Ravens are going to pour on the rushing yards.
You would assume so.
So far this season, no running back has rushed the ball more than 12 times in a game.
Really?
Because they're spreading it out so much, they're eliminating everyone on their team when it comes to who's going to run the ball. You're not going to use any of them. So just keep that in mind, and you might want to just forget about the running backs on the Ravens maybe the second half of the year. So I think that's a position where I would very much probably like to use Derrick Henry and Damian Harris.
All right. And there you go. Sneaky, like a little bit cheaper pick. The Bengals lost another one of their very highly paid free agent they signed for their defensive line. So you may want to think about using Jonathan Taylor. So just throwing that out there. He's 6,400. All right.
The only thing I worry about with him is Phillip Rivers looks done. Last year he looked done. The Colts signed him. He looks done.
Done.
I don't know. Would you maybe just kind of put 8 in the box, 9 in the box, and say, okay, if you're going to beat us, that's how you're going to beat us, and just throw it over our heads and
see what happens.
But yeah, it's a good point.
Yeah, DJ Reader is out for the year with a hamstring injury, so that's just swell.
Out for the year with a hamstring? What, did he rip it in half?
I don't know, but he was on the cart of doom and or death. So.
Oh, poor guy.
Yep.
I fear he's on the cart.
I fear he's on the fearful cart. That's a quick, inside joke.
You can't explain it.
I can't explain it. It involved Sean and somebody on the Bears getting hurt and
Montgomery. It's an inside joke.
Yeah, it takes too long to explain, but it is funny. All right, so let's go on to receiver. This week, the metric is in love with McCole Hardman. Period. Everyone else is kind of just like, nah. Receivers.
I wish Britt was here because really, explain that to us.
Because his salary is $4,400.
No, I know. I'm just okay. Well, you know what? He plays on Monday, so
we can't use him.
I don't know. Would you say most people? I think a lot of people just do a Sunday slate.
Majority of people do that. Yes.
Yeah, if you're doing that, you can't use him. He's in the Monday. The Chiefs, Bills, Cardinals, Cowboys. Right off the bat, they're gone.
So for me this week, if I'm using those high-end running backs, I have to save money at receiver. So I'm looking at players like McLaurin. He's 57, so he's a little high, but he's not too bad. Brandon Ayuk is 4,300. And sneaky play, 5,600 is A.J. Brown. He came back, had a really big game last week. So he looks like he's back at 100%. Who do you like this week?
I've got 3 names I like. I like
Right.
Devontae Parker going against the Jets. I'm not sure you could tell us the salary, but
I shall.
he's probably somewhat high, but I think he's last 2 or 3 weeks. All right, so he's someone I like.
Mm-hmm.
I also like Justin Jefferson. That's his name, right? The receiver with the Vikings?
Yes.
The rookie. All right, he had a down week this past week. I think he's going to have a high week now. They're playing the Falcons. They play 7 players on defense every game, no matter what, and they can't tackle. So
he is 6,000.
I've got the ultimate sleeper for you.
Okay, who is it?
I don't remember where I heard this.
Or his name. No.
No, that's all I have. But his name sounds made up.
Okay.
So the Jets have a receiver.
Mm-hmm.
His name is Jeff Smith. Over the past 2 games, he's had 20 targets. Okay. He's probably caught 3 or 4 of them, but
still,
he's had 20 targets.
The amount of targets receivers get does matter. So.
And Chris Hogan, the receiver, I think probably the best receiver the Jets had, they just put him on IR. So
sneaky play. Jeff Smith is $3,000.
Well, there you go.
So if you want to save money at receiver,
and if he gets 1 catch for 20 yards and a touchdown, he's already made money
done.
for it.
Exactly. All right. So moving on to tight end. The metric is in love with. Are you ready? Are you sitting? It's Eric Ebron.
Wow.
Eric Ebron is $4,100. That, it's getting towards the pricey end of tight end. A little bit like mid-high range salary-wise. A couple other people the metric does like is Ian Thomas. He's $2,900. That'll save you a ton of money right there. Logan Thomas is $3,300. And Evan Ingram is actually more expensive than Eric Ebron. Evan Ingram is $4,900.
Yeah, don't use him.
He's
been terrible this year.
Jonnu Smith's salary has shot up to $5,200.
What's Kittle's number? It's got to be the highest. Or one
Kittle
highest.
is 68 still. So he's still extremely high. So he's not really the value play.
Yeah, the Niners are playing the Rams. It's a tough defense. How about what's the flavor of the week from 2 weeks ago? What was it? The Packers, Tanyan, was that his name? The Packers tight end that had 3 touchdowns?
Yep.
What's his number?
He is 5,100.
I would consider him against the Bucs defense.
All right. We can do that.
You know what? No, here's the guy.
Okay, who is it? Who is it?
The Lions tight end Hawkinson. They're playing the Jags.
All right, let's see here. Hawkinson's 5,300.
All right, I like him. I think that's where I would go.
And in case no one knew, everyone's new favorite tight end, Mo Ali Cox.
You gotta love Mo Ali.
He has a knee injury, so definitely if you are a fan of using him, because he's $4,000, definitely pay attention to that because I don't know if he's going to play.
I think, I could be wrong,
yeah.
I didn't write it down, but I think that I heard that Mo Ali Cox has the most targets for any receiver on the Colts.
I could see that.
No, he hasn't been a superstar yet. He's had one really impressive game, but I think he's going to be. I think he'll finish like a top 7 tight end.
Mm-hmm. And if you're somebody who wants to, I don't know who does this, but you could figure, you could budget it out. Mark Andrews is 6,500, and they're playing the Eagles, so he may have another giant game.
That could be a place where you want to spend all your money, use Lamar and Andrews, because it seems like if there's going to be a thrown touchdown, it's going to Andrews.
Yeah, his last game, did he finish over 100 yards? I don't remember. But
I doubt it.
I don't think he did. Yeah, I don't think he did, but he had his best game of the year so far.
I think he had 2 touchdowns. It's a blur. That was like forever ago. You know all the things that have happened since Sunday? I mean, God.
No.
I don't even know what I had for breakfast.
You're going to have to start writing it down. All right. Speaking of writing things down, I don't know, that doesn't really have anything to do with anything, is defenses. Now, are you sitting? Because I know for a fact when I tell you who the metric is in love with this week, you are going to guess. Fall over.
It's got to be the Dolphins.
No, but I will give you one more guess if you choose to guess.
I'm going to fall over?
Mm-hmm.
Is it the Patriots?
No, it's the Bengals.
Really?
It is, because they're $2,100.
Okay. All right.
They're honestly, so being I know I'm biased. Their defense is actually really improved.
Go ahead, tell me it's not that bad.
Their defense, if you look at if you compare the offense to defense, their defense is much further along than their offense is.
You know what? Last year, when you predicted before the season started that the Bengals would go 9-7, you lost all credibility when it came to the Bengals.
They still can. They just need to fire
for the 2019 season.
If they just need to fire everyone who's involved with the offensive line, even the coaching staff, and just start over, and then that could still happen. It could still happen. But the Bengals actually are pretty high on takeaways. So if you're looking for an ultra cheap defense who's playing Phillip Rivers, think about it.
You know what's funny with DraftKings? That's what I've been playing. It seems like you can pick one of the worst defenses, and that's not a knock on your Bengals, but you could pick one of the worst defenses every week. And it's like, all right, instead of getting 8 points, you got 4 points, or you got 2 points. And it's like, well, that's just, throw the minimum amount at your defense. That should not be a place that you're looking to use the Steelers in.
Exactly. I mean, there's sometimes a defense is going to get a pick six. They're going to get a safety. That happens. But how often does it happen for you to spend an extra $3,000 on a defense? Not very.
Yep.
So, the Dolphins defense is $2,900. The Rams are $3,500. I don't think I would spend that much on the Rams defense.
Yeah, so I'm with you.
If you were going to pick a defense, who would you pick?
I would guess I would probably say the Dolphins against the Jets in Miami at home.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, the Dolphins, the state of Florida has approved having a full stadium. The Dolphins have said we're going to limit it to about 14,000, but I mean, it's Florida. Anything could happen.
This is true.
The fans, they could just break through the barriers and start sitting in the seats in Miami.
Yep, we have no idea. Crazy times. Here's
a late in the podcast question for you.
Sure.
Are the Jets going to go 0-16?
No. I think they'll win.
Who are they beating?
They'll beat the Dolphins, I think, once.
Oh, you know what? The Dolphins looked really good against the Niners this week, and I think they've turned the corner. I'm not saying they're going to win 10 games, but I think they're a 8-win, 9-win team. I don't think they're going to lose to the Jets.
I don't know. That's that weird. It's that weird divisional game. I mean, look, the Raiders beat the Chiefs, so I don't know. Division games are weird.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Avoid division games when picking in your Survivor contest.
Yes, definitely do that.
I mean, I just don't see. Again, the Jets could beat the Patriots. The Jets could beat the Dolphins. I don't think they can beat the Bills.
Nah, No.
But I'm just saying, looking. I don't have their schedule in front of me, but just
all right. Let's look really quick.
I just can't see the Jets beating. Like, I know they play the Chiefs this year. They play the Chargers. They play the Raiders.
Okay,
I
so
don't see the Jets
let's see. They're
beating any
playing
of those teams.
really quick. They're playing the Dolphins. Okay. Then they're playing
All
the
right.
Bills.
Yeah,
Okay.
they're not winning.
Playing the Chiefs.
Not winning.
They're playing the Patriots.
I'll be biased and say they're not winning, but division games, they've beaten them before.
Right.
Go ahead.
The Chargers.
Yeah, Chargers. Herbert. Good for him. He looks like a player.
He will be.
I wish
he
I
looks
had
good.
him on my team. I'll trade Cam for him.
Then they're playing the Dolphins again.
Okay.
So, then they're playing the Raiders.
Raiders are a better team.
Yes. Seahawks.
Seahawks will kill them.
Rams.
Rams should beat them.
Browns.
Browns should beat them.
And then
Browns
the Patriots.
are what, 3-1?
The Jets are playing
1-1?
the Patriots on the last game of the season.
Well,
So I think they split. I think they split the Dolphins and the Patriots.
okay. As of right now, I just don't see it.
That's fair. I'm just going by divisional craziness. So.
Yeah.
And then, sadly, we are out of time, sir.
Oh,
Went by fast. So fast.
it does. It always does.
It does. Thank you for joining me this week. I appreciate it.
Thank you for allowing me to join you this week.
Thank you. And thank you, everyone, for downloading and listening. And then, let everyone know about our podcast. We are on iTunes, Stitcher, Player FM, Google Podcasts, and probably another thing I'm forgetting about. You can always email us at fignutsdfs@gmail.com. Our website, fignutsdfs. Sorry,
Oh, hey,
beer.
one
yes.
more thing.
.com. Yes.
Hi, Deb.
Hi, Deb.
Hi, Deb. See, that was me
Deb.
saying hi, not Craig.
That's right. So Sinch got to
Just
say hi
saying.
before me, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Any final thoughts this week, sir?
Leave a review. Listen to the podcast. Leave a review. My final thought is, I have nothing to say. That's my final thought.
And there you have it, sir. My final thought is sound effects. My final thought is, just keep your mask on, like Britt's mentioned before. And everyone's going out. Infection rates are going up again in places, so just be vigilant. Even if you do go out and have a pizza or something, just pay attention to where you are. And pay attention. Definitely pay attention to who is on the injured reserve list for your teams, because that changes every day this season. And on that note, I'm Craig.
I'm Sinch.
And this is the Football Fignuts Podcast. Good night, everybody.